Welcome right in the coupon for William Hill, and I'm delighted to say that Derek is still with us after the transfer window, although there was a late bid for another programme, believed to be Babe Station.
I wish I'm too old for that stuff.
Did your agent not tell you about it?
Oh, I'll tell you what, my missus, don't you be putting this out. I'll get into trouble with my missus. I'm in good books at the minute.
On to the football, mate. Obviously the January transfer window. Celtic brought in Charlie Masonda, who claims to be a Celtic fan. He's got 67 on his back for the Lisbon Lions, and he dyed his hair ginger because Stephen Pearson was his hero. Good bit of business?
Terrific bit of business. I was speaking to Alan Preston during the week. He's watched him as a 15-year-old, absolutely raves about him, and he says it's probably one of the best pieces of business that Celtic probably will have done over the last 5-6 years. So he's a playmaker, can score goals. What better platform than going to Celtic, you know, and a team that's winning predominantly week after week. So great platform for the boy.
They also signed Jack Henry and Scott Bain last night. Do you feel like they needed a wee lift, two or three players to come in?
I'm not sure that they needed a lift, but certainly the boy Henry at Dundee, I've covered a few games, watched him. Terrific on the ball. He's got stature, got a bit of pace. He ticks all the boxes, and again, you would think Brendan Rodgers, you know, is going to improve him. So I think they've got a good player in their hands. Is
there any area you think they should have covered with the Russians coming up, Zenit, or do you think they've got a good squad to go on?
Well, you always look at for me, it's always been a wee bit of their Achilles heel at the back. I thought maybe if they were going to kind of push the boat out, I'd have went for a real quality centre back, a real leader. But I think what Celtic are all about is progression players, and I think that's why they brought in Henry. But that's where I would have tried to shore it up a little bit. Middle to front, I think Celtic have got enough in terms of the flair and power about them.
On to Rangers, new signings have impressed so far. What do you make of them?
I like Murphy, who's come in, the boy Gosh, you spoke about it just before we come on. I think it needs freshened up. I think it needed new life. And Graham Murty's done a terrific job. I'm going to hold my hands up. I was one of the guys out there that was a little bit unsure, but he's handling everything really well. And the players that he's brought are of a Rangers mind, if you're going to say that. So they give that little bit extra. I think he's done really well.
What about hanging on to Morelos? Good bit of business, or would you have sold him?
No, I'd have kept him. He's a bit of a live wire, kind of maybe a bit hot-headed at times. And again, he's just a young guy. We've got to remember that. And I think Graham's says over the piece over the last couple of days that the best place for him to progress is at Rangers. So, yeah, I like Morelos. I think there's goals in him, and I think there's improvement.
On outside of the Old Firm, what other club has done good business? Hibs obviously got in Scott Allen last night. Done well.
Terrific. I love watching Hibs. I think they're really good football side. He ticks the boxes in terms of, you know, technically very gifted player. Well, you could see he's underachieved. You know, what is he, 26 now? But again, it's a great platform to go there, Easter Road. You know, playing in front of big crowds and show what he's all about.
I thought Motherwell have done good business as well. They brought in Sifsky and the boy Curtis Main, who started well.
Curtis Main.
He's done well, isn't he?
We're all talking about Louis Moult, who was absolutely terrific. I think he's good enough to fill his boots. I watched him on his debut against Hamilton, a real handful, really powerful, and already get 3 goals under his belt.
Talking of Hibs, Anthony Stokes released. What do you make of that? I mean, he broke the curfew. Have you done that in your career? You must have broke a few curfews and a few hearts at the same time.
Many a time. In the building, we're actually sitting at the minute. We used to come here with Graham Souness to prepare for games. So, you know, a manager, you can only take it so far, and I think he's just crossed the line. And as talented as he is, you know, you've got to look after the other players in the dressing room. And unfortunately for Anthony Stokes, he's found himself out of Hibs Football Club.
He's had a bit of bother everywhere he's been. Can you see, he's got his Barnet back on track, but can you see him getting his career back on track?
I hope so, because he is a talented boy. And you would say if he was in the right place in terms of his mindset, he'd be a real asset to any football club. And I think Neil has gave him umpteen chances, and just at the end of the day, he just lost patience. But I hope he does. I hope he gets his head sorted out, because as we all know, it's a short career and you've got to make the most of it. And what might happen with Anthony Stokes, he'll look back, you know, when he's maybe he's come at the end of his career and say, wow, I should have done things differently. And I've been there, done it, made the mistakes, and the only advice I could say to him is screw ahead.
Losing a player of that quality, do you think it'll affect Hibs for the rest of the season?
No,
No.
No, because I think if you look at, you've got Boyle, you've got Barker, the driving force, McGinn in the middle of the park. Yeah, I think they've got a lot about them, Hibs, a lot of flair, and really good side to watch. And don't sit back too often. They always have a go. I think that's what makes them really attractive to watch.
On to the Hampden and Murrayfield debate, mate. Where do you stand on it? What do you prefer? Have you played at Hampden?
I've played in a few cup finals at Hampden.
The atmosphere obviously gets a bad name. What did you think?
Well, that's where for me, it's the history's there. There's no denying that. It's a special place for a lot of people. But atmosphere-wise, I think you go to Ibrox, you go to Parkhead. I think you go to Tynecastle. It's amazing. Even Easter Road, now, terrific atmosphere. I just think it's lost. It feels more like a kind of a track stadium. You know, the fans are so far away. Murrayfield, I've never been at that venue. So for me, that's open to debate. But I could see why players rather would play at places like an Ibrox or Parkhead. But for me, the atmosphere is a little bit lost. So
do you think maybe a neutral venue for finals? Then do you think that'd be a good idea?
Oh, why not? I don't see any reason not to kind of discuss that. And I like the idea of it. You're saying about cup finals. Maybe it could be a Murrayfield, but certainly international games. I like the idea of taking it around the country, you know, and hopefully if Aberdeen get their new ground, you know, you can take it up north and you can take it east to Edinburgh, and obviously we've got the two big clubs in Glasgow.
Yep. On to your couping, Derek. The bold Faddy was close last week. He was close. It was a mental couping, but he was close. On to yours. We're going with Aberdeen versus Hamilton.
Right, as much as I would like Hamilton to win, I think Aberdeen are terrific form, and I think with Niall Ginn coming back to the club, he's producing some great stuff. Always get an end product, so I think it's going to be a hard afternoon for Hamilton. Aberdeen, I think it could win by 3 clear goals, unfortunately.
Yeah, 3 clear goals, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Dundee versus Ross County?
Again, this is a real terrific game because Dundee, I've watched them numerous occasions, really pleasing on the eye, and that boost certainly last Saturday, you know, getting that last minute goal doesn't do any harm to their confidence. Ross County, for me, you know, they look a little bit unsure of themselves, so I'm going to take Dundee just to maybe nick that 1-2-1.
Simon Murray, good signing?
Of course, yeah, of course, and I think Simon needs to be playing football, and Hibs he wasn't getting that, so he's going again. We're talking about having that platform to go out and play week in, week out. He'll do Dundee a turn, that's for sure. Yep.
Hearts versus St Johnstone.
Hearts have, well, they've conceded 4 goals. What is it in the last 2 games? Very unlike them, but I think they'll get back to basics, be solid at the back, and I think they'll have enough to see that one. So certainly be home.
St Johnstone going through a tough time as well.
They are. I watched them on Monday night. 8 changes Tommy Wright made, so obviously wasn't happy with the Thistle game last week. It'll be interesting to see the team that he puts out. I can't see him, you know, putting out as many youngsters as he did on Monday night, but I just think they've lost their way a little bit, and they've got to be careful because they might find themselves in a little bit of trouble.
Do you think he should stick with the youngsters, or should he bring his experienced men back?
I'm always a believer you're as good as your last game, and I watched the game on Monday night. The park was really heavy, it wasn't conducive to good football, but they showed a great desire, a great attitude. They won the game 4-0. So, as I says, I would go how well you played your last game. I would be tempted to put quite a number of them in there. But that's Tommy Wright's decision. It's a big decision for him because he's got to keep that dressing room happy.
And the big one, Rangers versus Hibs, what was saying?
I think that's going to be a terrific game. I think it's 2 teams that are just going to go at it for the full 90 minutes. I think there's going to be goals in the game. I was going to go for a draw. I was thinking about a 2 each draw, but I think just with the Murty factor at the moment, I think I'm going to go 2-1 Rangers. Home advantage, but it could be a draw. But I'm just edging towards Rangers.
Top man, cheers Derek.
Pleasure,
thanks,
mate.
Cheers.